I think you are studying well at home. So in this COVID-19 pandemic, you stay home, stay safe. Okay, let's start with today's chapter 3, Region and the Regional Geography of the World. This is the third chapter of class 10 elective geography. Okay, we'll start with region. So first thing is that what is a region? Region is simply just a place or a simple area over the earth surface which has different characteristics, different significance, and their human lifestyle is different, their food habits, their transport and communication, their mode of communication is different. That is called a region. Just simply, in simple means, that is just a place over the earth surface which has a different characteristics. That is region. Okay. So in this, but why this region is necessary to study in the regional geography? Because see, all over the world is very big. Okay. In this vast world, this world has different characteristics in different places. So we should know what are the different significance of the different regions of the world. So means particular one region is different from the other, again other region is different from the other. That means if you study the regional geography, then we'll come to know and we'll clear our concept that why the regions are different from each other. Somewhere rainfall is different, somewhere temperature is different, somewhere color of the peoples are different. See, Africa is called a dark continent. Why Africa is called dark continent? Because it is situating in the equatorial region. We know that this is equatorial region, 0 degree. Okay. So upward, that is towards the pole, this is north pole, this is south pole. So in polar regions, what happens? In polar region, people's inhabitants are very less. Their density of the populations are very less. Over the equator also density of the less, but in this mid region, that is tropical region, in this tropical region density is high. So why density is high? Why density is low in the polar region? Why density is high in the tropical region? So we should know these things. That's why we will study the region in regional geography. So first thing is that what is meant by region? I will write the definition here. What is meant by region? Simply that is a region is a place on the earth surface which has its own characteristics and its own existence. Just be remember, simply it is a region is a place on the earth surface which has its own characteristics and its own existence. This is probably one word. So we should move to the next topic. So on the basis of different elements and different characteristics, different natural phenomena, so region is divided into two types. Number one is, this is types of region. Number one is natural region. So natural region is also called homogeneous region. Natural region or homogeneous region. Number two is functional region. So homogeneous is, we know that homogeneous means similar, right? That means so the regions, those regions has the similar characteristics, that is called the natural region. And functional region, that is depends upon the functional relationship between natural element and the human beings. So natural region, suppose northern India. We know that this northern India, this is just a sketch of India. Okay, so in this northern India has the alluvial soil. That is, alluvial soil is deposited by the river. That is actually river deposit one. That is mineral that is called alluvium. So when it mix with the soil, that becomes the alluvial soil, which is very fertile for the agriculture. So this alluvial soil. So due to this fertile soil region, here this region is mainly rich in agriculture. Rice cultivation, wheat cultivation. Generally we know that Punjab and Haryana, these are rich in wheat cultivation. So we can tell this region is alluvial soil region. That means soil is a natural phenomenon. That means depends upon soil, so we can tell it natural region. That means only the natural phenomena here only matters. But otherwise is that functional region. What is this function? Function means that actually when there is production, distribution, supply, etc., takes place from any core area, from any region, that is called a functional region. Suppose in a town area. So town area is a functional region. Why? Because of a town area that is rich in industrialization, rich in network and communication, rich in supply of the goods and commodities, export, import, etc. So that means what? There is what is the main relation? Main relation is that functional relation between natural element and human beings. So that's why these are called what? Functional region. That means function should take place. That means it depends upon the human activities. Okay. So just like this is a simple area. Take this is a city in the core area. So here supply, production, distribution. Okay. Some regions are interlinked here. Actually, peripheral regions are depends upon this region, interlinked region. That means from this city is the core area. Core area means all the distribution, supply, goods are taking place from this city area. So from this city area, when this all these phenomena will take place, that is called the function. That means when function is going on with the linking to the other peripheral region. Suppose this is a Delhi. Suppose take this is a Gurgaon, Noida. So like that, what happened? All the goods supplies takes from Delhi to the Noida, Gurgaon. That means what? Whole this region is a functional region. All functions are going on. So we can consider Guwahati as a functional region. Why? From the Guwahati is the gateway of Northeast. So from the Guwahati towards all these Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, from towards everywhere, from Guwahati supply is taking place, distribution is taking place. So that's why we can tell it Guwahati is a functional region. So just like not only about the natural phenomena and not only about the functional relationship, but some regions are there, just like linguistic region. We know the linguistic region where same language groups are spoken. Suppose this is a region here, Hindu religions are there. That means their only main language is Hindi. So Hindi linguistic region. That means on the basis of same language, similar language, we can consider as a natural region. So suppose this northern India is a Hindi linguistic region. This Mumbai area, suppose Maratha language is going on. Okay. Suppose this is here Bengali in West Bengal region, Sikkim, Darjeeling. So that area is consist of Bengali speaking region. So that region is a similar region on the basis of that language. That is again next. Suppose here regarding Assam. Up to that from Upper Assam to Lower Assam to the Bodoland, that means Assam linguistic region. That means that is a natural region. Okay. So when it will come to write about the difference between natural region and the functional region, only we should write these things. Those regions are based on, actually those regions we study based on the natural phenomena, that is called the natural region or homogeneous region, or those regions based on functional relationship between human beings and the nature, that is called the functional region. Okay. Okay. Now come to the Next topic, that is brief introduction to the world. Brief introduction of the world. Okay, we know that total land area. What is the total surface area of the world? That is, we know 29% is covered by total surface area of the world. That is 29% is land covered, again 71% is water covered. That means 149 million square kilometer. That is total 149 million square kilometer is land surface, and again total water surface. That is 71% is that is 361 million square kilometer. Okay, so land surface is covered by Asia. We know that we have that continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, and Oceania. So Oceania consists of Australia, New Zealand, some islands are there, Kiribati Islands. So these all including all 14 countries, it is called the Oceania. So now we'll go according to the Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Oceania in brief. Okay. Okay, first let me show the world map. So this is Asia. Whole continent consists of Asia. This is Africa. This is हमारा प्यारा भारत, India. This is Australia. This is North America. This is South America. This is Greenland. And here Indian Ocean is there, named after our country India. This is North Pacific. This is South Pacific. Again, including this Australia, New Zealand, some Coral Islands, New Guyana, Borneo, this Celeb Sea. This all is called Oceania. Again, this is North Atlantic. This is South Atlantic. This is Antarctica. Again, this is South Pacific. This is North Pacific. Actually, same Pacific and Pacific, North Pacific, South Pacific. Okay. Okay. So now come to the what is natural region. Region is simply means a area, particular area which have different characteristics. But one scientist is there, name is A.J. Herbertson. So A.J. Herbertson, he has given one concept. According to A.J. Herbertson, I'll write the definition here. The portion of the Earth's surface in which the influence of same type of physical system is failed and accordingly human activities are molded. This is known as natural. If you're writing according to you, then you can write anything according to your concept. But if you're writing directly as a Herbertson concept, then directly you write only this portion. Okay. So on the basis of climate and natural vegetation, so scientists has divided all the natural regions into 11 major types of region on the basis of climate and natural vegetation. So we'll see here what are the different regions according to the climate and the vegetation. Here on the basis of climate and vegetation. Number 1, equatorial region. Number 2, monsoon region. We know that our India is a monsoon climatic region because we receive every year during the month of March, April, May, monsoon comes from the Indian Ocean and stuck over the Indian subcontinent and gets heavy rainfall. That is monsoon region. Monsoon region comes from the mosin, that is the Arabic word, means season. In one word, if you want to define in one word what is monsoon, then directly you define it season. Number 3, tropical grassland. Tropical grassland region. Number 4, tropical hot desert. Number 5, Mediterranean region. Number 6, mid latitude, desert region. Number 7, mid latitude, temperate region. Number 7, number 8. Now come to the number 8. Mid latitude, grassland region. Number 9, cold coniferous forest region. Cold coniferous forest region. Number 10, cool polar region. That is in the polar. Number 11, high mountain region. Okay, so but how to remember? If you can't remember this all the 11 regions, then one idea is there, small idea, that is from my side. equatorial region, monsoon region, tropical grassland region, tropical hot desert region, Mediterranean region, mid latitude desert region, mid latitude temperate region, mid latitude grassland region, cold coniferous forest region, cold polar region, high mountain region. So simple, these tricks are very simple. Just like suppose equatorial region, how many, one, see, monsoon region, 1 m is there, monsoon region, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means 5 m's are there. 5 m means number 1 monsoon region, number 2 Mediterranean region, number 3 mid latitude desert region, number 4 mid latitude temperate region, mid latitude grassland region, and sorry, this 5 already over. Then again 2 T's are there. 2 T means tropical grassland region, tropical hot desert region. Again see, in tropical region also grassland and the hot desert is there. Again in mid latitude also grassland and the hot desert is there. Okay. Then again cold coniferous, we can remember very easily. High mountain, because we know that Himalaya is the highest mountain in the world and this is the longest mountain in the world. So it is very easy to remember. High mountainous region, that is already different from other climatic regions. And again equatorial regions, we know that it is very hot because of high temperature. Why the equatorial region is very hot? Because of vertical sunlight. Okay. Now we'll study equatorial region, monsoon region, tropical grassland, tropical hot desert, Mediterranean, all these things separately. And we know that here all these regions have different characteristics. Okay, let's start with equatorial region first. Okay, let's start with equatorial region first. Again, you see, when we study the regions separately, one thing we should remember: temperature and the rainfall. These are very essential things. So first, we should latitudinal extension, from what degree to what degree these regions are extending. So these are very essential. See, equatorial region, it falls from 0 to 10 degree north and 10 degree south. So in this mid region, equatorial region is there. So why these are called equator? Why this 0 degree is called equator? Because the 0 degree is dividing both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere into 2 equal parts. So that's why it is called equator. Okay, let's see what is the temperature here. Over equatorial region, average annual temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. So when you talk about this average annual temperature, if it exceeds to 27 degrees Celsius, it means 40 degrees Celsius is the highest temperature. On it might be exceed more than that, but generally 40 degrees Celsius, average temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's see the rainfall. What is the average rainfall? Means we are talking about average annual rainfall. That is 200 centimeter, which is very favorable for the rice cultivation, rubber cultivation, and other tea cultivation. Because we know that Assam is rich in tea. Okay, but Assam is not situated in the equatorial region; it is situated in the tropical region. So in tropical region, up to 30 degree north, up to this 30 degree south, up to 30 degree north and 30 degree south. Generally, rainfall is same, 200 to 250 centimeter. And sometimes due to a monsoon effect, due to influence of the monsoon climate or monsoon wind, rainfall sometimes exceeds to 300 degree or 300 centimeter. Okay, so we'll see what are the places are there, what are the places falls in this region, in equatorial region. Generally, we know that equator is passing through Africa, that is through the Congo basin, that is also called the Zaire basin. Then again through some parts of Asia, it is touching in the Java, Sumatra island, and in the southern America, that is passing through the Amazon basin, that is in the Brazil. Okay, it includes Amazon basin of South America. Amazon. Number 2 is Congo, that is also called the Zaire basin, because Zaire river is there, that's why it is called the Zaire basin. Number 3, that is some parts of the West Africa, Malaysian peninsula. Indonesian Peninsula, Philippines. Do you know the concept of peninsula? Peninsula means the land area or land surface which is covered by, means surrounded by water from 3 sides, at least 3 sides. That is called a peninsula. Again, some parts of East Asia, etc. Okay, let's see this Amazon. Again, these regions are different. Different types of vegetations are found. Different types of rainfall is there. Different types of animal habitats. Different types of forest found. Okay. So generally, we know that pygmies. Okay. Congo Basin. Pygmies means that is the aborigines of Congo Basin. These are called pygmies. We know that Bushmans are in Kalahari Desert. And soil of this Congo Basin is generally formed of the lava. And most of the peoples are forest dwellers. They depend upon the forest and the natural activities. Generally, agriculture is there. Rice is also cultivated, but not in that very large amount. Because why this equator region is full of dense forest. Because of dense forest, generally population density is very low. Do you know population density? Population density means the number of persons or number of people within 1 square kilometer. That is population density. So, why population density is low? Because of the dense forest. Because in dense forest, a large amount of insect is there, and there is, because of high severe rainfall, there sometimes inhabitants is very difficult, and sometimes due to high temperature, people can't stay there. It is not favorable for inhabitants. Okay, now let's move to the monsoon region. Already we have discussed what is the term of monsoon. Monsoon we can define in one word, that is means season. Monsoon derived from the Mosin word, that is Mosin word is coming from the Arabic word when the Ibn Battuta, Al-Biruni. So all these geographers, when they means searched over the Mediterranean region and the Indian Oceans, so they have given this name. They have found this one different, means one unique type of wind pattern that is origin from the Indian Ocean to the again northeastern part of the continent. So that is called the monsoon, which means season. So in monsoon region, what happens? Monsoon region is influenced by the monsoon wind, which is very favorable for agriculture. So when monsoon wind comes, it brings rainfall, and from where it brings rainfall? It brings rainfall from the oceans. That is called the moisture laden wind, and that moisture laden wind, it influences over the agriculture. So Indian actually agriculture is influenced by the monsoon climate. So that's why Indian climate is called the tropical monsoon climate, because India is falls over the tropical region and again influenced by the monsoon climate. That's why it is called the tropical monsoon climate. Okay. So let's see what are the different regions, different area falls under monsoon region. Number one. So okay, we'll discuss some countries here. Generally, some parts of Asia. Okay. Next is some parts of South America and North America. Again, some parts of Australia. Again, some parts of Africa. Okay, let's see what are the rainfall. Average rainfall is exceeds. Average rainfall is 150 centimeter. Again, average temperature is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Very rich in agriculture. and main production is rice, wheat, barley, etc. Okay, and some this amount of sugar cane, cotton, jute, oilseeds are exported to the other countries. So these are the characteristics of the monsoon climate. Okay, let's move to the other. That is tropical grassland region. Grassland region. We know that different types of grasslands we found in different parts of the world. So number one, that is tropical, means in this is the tropical region, that is 0 degree equator. These are the tropical region, Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Capricorn. So in this region, some grassland is there where rainfall is very less, and it is actually from 25 to 75 centimeter. So these are that portion is only because of only grassland, because there is no severe rainfall. That's why there is no tall grasses or tall trees. So in this grassland region, generally divided into three parts mainly. In North America, we found prairie. In South Africa, in Africa, we found savanna, and in Asia, we found what? Steppe. So these are generally main types of grassland. Okay. So prairie we found in America, steppe we found in Asia, Africa, savanna. These are the grassland names of different countries. Again, Don, Australia, Don found in Australia. That means actually grassland of Australia is called Don. Again, Selva. Selva is found in Amazon basin. Llanos, found in Venezuela. So these are the different types of grassland. Next, move to the tropical hot desert. We know that Sahara is the largest desert in the world. That is, it is consists of whole the northern part of the Africa. Again, another desert is there, Gobi. Gobi, that is in the Mongolia, some parts of China, some parts of Kazakhstan, like that. Again, Thar is there in India. Again, Kalahari in Africa. Again, Atacama in South America. Again, Arizona in USA. So these are the different tropical hot desert. So let's see what are the temperature of the hot desert climate is. Generally, desert means it will have the large amount of the temperature. So it is extending from 23 degree north and 23 degrees south of the equator. Generally, a temperature exceeds up to 45 degrees Celsius, and rainfall is very scanty, below 75 degrees Celsius. Centimeter. And generally, in the hot desert, only some tribal groups of the peoples are lives there. Generally, in Kalahari, Bushmen are there. Then again, Bedouins. Some pastoral nomadic group. Nomadic group means those peoples are actually related with the pastoralism. That means they move from one region to the another region according to the change of the season. These are called nomadic peoples. And related with the pastoralism, that's why it is called the pastoral nomadic. So these desert regions are completely different from the Mediterranean and the monsoon region. Next, move to the tropical. Next move to the Mediterranean region. So we know that Mediterranean, when you talk about the Mediterranean region, that means what? That means the periphery of the Mediterranean Sea. So where is Mediterranean Sea? It is between the Europe and the Africa. So we know that Mediterranean region has a unique type of climate. What is that unique type of climate? That is a dry summer and wet winter. Generally in our regions, so we get rainfall in summer seasons, and our winter is completely wet. But in Mediterranean region, due to the influence of that Mediterranean Sea or the pattern of the wind, that means what? So summer is totally dry, that means no rainfall, and winter is totally wet. That means there is heavy rainfall and severe rainfall in winter. So Mediterranean region is very rich in crop cultivation. Generally, cultivation of the fruits, temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is not very much, near about 75 centimeter per year. Okay, let's see where is the Mediterranean Sea is there. Okay, this is Mediterranean Sea. That means from Strait of Gibraltar to, that is the coast of Italy, that is the Bulgaria, that is Albania, that is up to the Red Sea. This connecting Red Sea through some channel, and this Mediterranean Sea. This is Morocco, Libya is there, Egypt is there. We know that this world longest river, that is the river Nile. What is the source of this longest river? It is coming from the Victoria Lake. It is falling in the Mediterranean Sea. So due to this wind pattern, actually wind generated from the North Atlantic Ocean, and they take some moisture here in Mediterranean Sea. Again, it affects in the Italy and Greece and Sicily, Sardinia. This actually, because of this Mediterranean influence, all the Pyrenees, Caucasus, this mountain region is generally rich in fruit cultivation. Okay. So Mediterranean climate is not only found in periphery of the Mediterranean Sea, but also we can find in the different regions if it falls in the same latitude. Suppose in the northern hemisphere, Mediterranean Sea is in the 30 degree to 40 degree latitude. So if we come to the southern hemisphere, then in between 30 to 40 degree latitude, we can find in the Mediterranean region. Okay, so let's stop here in this chapter. This is the half portion of the chapter has been completed. Again, it will be continued in the next session, the half portion of the chapter. Okay, thank you.